Tyler complained about the difficulty of the project given by Miss Jones, stating that it was tiring to travel a long distance just to pass a semester. I responded to Tyler's lack of enthusiasm by encouraging him to see it as an opportunity for exposure and a change of scenery. However, Tyler was sarcastic in his response, saying that he would sleep and wake up when we arrived. I replied, "Why are you so lethargic, Tyler? Just cheer up, buddy. It's a great exposure and change of scenery. You should look forward to it." Jenna laughed and joked, saying, "Tyler likes having exposure while sleeping." After a 4-hour drive, we arrived at the edge of the town we were traveling to, which was filled with garbage and junkyard-like things. Tyler made a mocking comment, "Here's your exposure!" And Jenna asked, "Who woke him up?" We then parked the car and walked into the town to try and start a conversation with the locals. However, we were met with eerie and wicked stares from the people there, and Tyler expressed apprehension about our safety. From our research, we had discovered that this town was rich with cultural heritage, so Jenna and I approached an old man sitting in front of his house and asked him for help in exploring the town and talking to the people. However, the old man responded by warning us to leave before the sun sets, as the town is cursed, and it will come and kill us. Tyler panicked, thinking that Ms. Jones wanted to kill us by giving us this project. Jenna tried to calm him down and suggested we go to the hotel to rest, which we did. As we gathered our bags and research material, the old man started laughing like a maniac. The hotel was old and creaky, right in the center of the small town. This town had been around for a long time. As the years went by, people started relocating and abandoning the town due to rumors of black magic and killings. The walls of the houses were peeling and the sewage system made strange noises at night. We shared a room, and as we settled in our beds, we heard strange noises and whispers that grew louder as the night went on. Jenna got out of bed and went near the door, but as she reached for the doorknob to look outside the room, a bony and wicked cold hand grabbed her wrist, sending chills down her spine. She swiftly turned around to see a disfigured woman standing behind her with a twisted face and eyes that were black as coal. Jenna screamed, and we tried to escape, but the door was held shut by a force stronger than ours. We were left paralyzed with fear as the woman lunged at us aggressively. Suddenly, the room went dark, and we could hear strange whispers moving closer and closer. The air grew colder and colder as we sat in the darkness, crying for help. Then, the room suddenly lit up, and we saw the disfigured woman again, looking at us with otherworldly, glowing eyes. Tyler fell unconscious, and the woman lunged at us, but she disappeared into thin air before reaching where we were frozen in fear. The room was quiet once again. All we could hear was our hearts beating out of our chests. Jenna and I went over to Tyler, shaking him to wake him up, which he quickly did. The old man's words kept ringing in our ears. Earlier, he had said, "Don't look back once you start running." We didn't dare to glance at each other, let alone look back at the town as we drove off in a hurry. It was as if we were escaping from the clutches of death itself. The car ride was silent, each one of us lost in our own thoughts. The sun was finally up, but its warmth couldn't wipe away the cold feeling that lingered within us. Days passed by, but the memories of the haunted hotel and creepy town stayed with us. We tried to convince ourselves that it was just a bad dream, but deep down we knew that it was all too real. We would often find ourselves waking up in the middle of the night, sweating and shivering as the whispers and laughter echoed in our ears. It was as if the evil had followed us back to our home. Despite all this, we never spoke about what had happened to anyone else. We knew that nobody would believe us, and even if they did, they wouldn't understand the terror that we had endured. We were each other's only solace. As time passed, we slowly learned to live with the memories of that fateful night. But we could never forget the old man who had warned us and who had saved our lives. We often wondered who he was and how he knew about the evil that lurked in that town. Well, we never found the answers to our questions, but we were grateful for his intervention. The old town still remained a mystery to us, but we knew that we would never set foot there again. We had escaped with our lives, but not without scars. The horror we had experienced had changed us, and we knew that we would never be the same again. As the weeks passed, Tyler, Jenna, and I tried to resume our normal lives, but it was difficult. The memories of that cursed town kept haunting us, and we couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched. Jenna would often hear whispers in her ear, and Tyler would see shadows lurking in the corners of his room. As for me, I would often wake up in the middle of the night sweating and gasping for breath as if I was being choked. We knew that we had to do something to rid ourselves of this curse. So we decided to seek help from someone who knew about these things. After some research, we found a woman who claimed to be a psychic medium. She lived in a small house on the outskirts of our town, and so we decided to pay her a visit. When we arrived, the woman greeted us with a smile and invited us in. Her house was filled with candles and strange objects, and the air was thick with the smell of incense. She asked us to sit down and began to ask us about our experience in the haunted hotel. As we recounted our experience, the psychic listened intently, nodding her head from time to time. When we finished, she told us that we had been cursed by an evil spirit that had been haunting the town for centuries. She said that the spirit was angry and vengeful, and that it had latched on to us because we had disturbed the peace. The woman then performed a ritual to cleanse us of the curse. She lit candles, burned incense, and chanted strange words that we couldn't understand. As she did so, we felt a strange sensation wash over us, as if a heavy weight had been lifted off our shoulders. When the ritual was over, the old woman told us that we were free from the curse. She said that the spirit had been banished and that we were no longer in danger. We thanked her and left her house feeling relieved and grateful. As we drove back home, we felt a sense of peace that we hadn't felt in a long time. The memories of the cursed town were still fresh in our minds, but they no longer haunted us. We knew that we had been given a second chance, and we were determined to make the most of it. In the end, the experience taught us a valuable lesson. We learned that there was more to life than just passing a semester or getting good grades. We learned that sometimes we have to take risks and step out of our comfort zone to truly experience life. And most importantly, we learned that we should never underestimate the power of the supernatural.